Hey everybody, just going to do a quick video here. Big thanks to Jeff, you know who you are, Record Man 1958, for a little bit of inspiration this morning. Saw your video about the blues rock and British blues rock, and I just remembered, I was like, I need to listen to some stuff today. So I've been listening to a few things. I had a really long day. It's way past my bedtime. Probably shouldn't be making a video because I'm going to be so tired tomorrow. But you are worth it. And when I say you, I mean all my subscribers. Everybody that watches the videos, even those that don't subscribe, but you know, hit that button, please. If you want to, you know, be enlightened, to be one of the enlightened few. But Jeff, thank you for posting that video. I was definitely inspired by it. Saw some of the Yardbird records, and I've been listening to them all day. So just thought I'd do a quick little rundown of some of the albums that they have. First off is five live Yardbirds. This one, of course, was recorded at the Marquee Club in London. Got the Eric Clapton. This is the only album really Eric Clapton did with the Yardbirds. More of a traditional album of sorts, with like Too Much Monkey Business, Smokestack Lightning, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl, I'm a Man, of course. So some classic Yardbirds tracks. If you're, you know, this is definitely has a place in everyone's collection if you're sort of into that R&B sort of, you know, if you like the early Who records, or you know, these guys pretty much were the pioneers. They sort of, you know, the R&B loud sound, loud guitars, you know, bending blues rock. They were right up there with some of the other big hitters. But Marquee Club, of course, I think is where the Stones got their start, and then pretty much after the Stones left, Yardbirds sort of snuck right on in there and became the house band. So definitely a good album. This is sealed just from a kind of a later, recent reissue from about, I think, 1999 or so is when this kind of came out. So I haven't quite opened it up yet. So I have another version of it. So this is sort of the better, just the visual one that I decided to, you know, bust out for you guys. So great album, nice little on the back, has some pretty good liner notes about, you know, kind of the jokes about the Yardbirds and all that. So great track. I mean, look how young they are. I want to say that, like, I think Clapton was like 16 when they put this album out. He was very young, but you know, that's where the name Slow Hand came from, because he was, you know, always bending the strings and breaking the strings, and they taking forever. You know, he had one guitar, so you just, you know, put the strings on, everybody just, you know, slow clap basically. So Slow Hand, that's where it came from. Next album is For Your Love, which this is the first one to feature sort of Jeff Beck coming into the fold here. Kind of a transition album. For Your Love, I think, is the standout track. This is sort of the reason why Clapton left. He wanted to play traditional blues music, and they sort of wanted to write pop songs that sounded like blues. So, I mean, it's an okay album. I mean, you know, there's some good tracks on it, but you know, definitely a cool record, but not necessarily something I'm going to go reaching for as much as some of the, you know, the next one's coming up here. So a transition album, still kind of them finding their sound, kind of finding their audience at the same time. But great album, you know, of course, with you know, as you know, Eric left and Jeff comes in. So and then there's this album, which is Rave Up Having a Rave Up by the Yardbirds. Jeff, I saw you had this, and when I saw this album, I had to listen to it today. I found this one at a thrift store. It's pretty beat, but it was one of those things when you're just sort of flipping through, and Neil Diamond, ABBA, Barbra Streisand, same crap that's been here forever, and then there you go, Having a Rave Up by the Yardbirds. So could not pass it up. So it was definitely great, and this is a phenomenal album. If you have one Yardbirds album, make sure it's at least this one. Mr. You're a Better Man Than I, I'm a Man, Heart Full of Soul, Train Kept Rolling, Smokestack Lightning, just fantastic album. Jeff Beck, I think this is sort of the album where he, you know, discovers, you know, the awesomeness that he has, the potential, and you know, the rest is history. So pretty much on this one's Paul Samuel Smith. He's out of the band. He just wants to start producing stuff, which I believe he started producing some of their singles. Which is happening 10 times ago, and then also I believe the flip to that was Psycho Daisies, which actually has Jimmy Page playing on bass, I believe. So it's actually the lineup when it was Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck. So definitely a cool thing from that time period is they were in the movie Blow Up, and it's from, I think, 66, I want to say. I will post a link for the video that I'm about to talk about right down here for you, so if you want to click on it to take a look at it. They were in a movie called Blow Up. It was kind of like a murder mystery. Guy was, he was sort of in swinging London. He's a photographer, and he goes to the Ricky Tick one night, and lo and behold, the Yardbirds are playing there. Jeff Beck's guitar is not working right, and he's smacking it against the amp and breaks it, and the crowd's crazy, and great movie. So it just sort of is captures that in a bottle, basically, of what the swinging 60s was. So the next Yardbirds album right here would be Roger the Engineer, or Over, Under, Sideways, Down, which I do not have. Came across it once at an antique mall, and it was like $30, and it was just beat to crap, basically. And I would have paid no more than maybe $7 or $8 for it, but I couldn't pull the trigger on the 30. So it's still on the Holy Grail list to have it on CD. Great album. Lost Woman on that, and also, of course, Over, Under, Sideways, Down. Just amazing tracks. So good stuff. I'll be looking for it. I'll let you know if I find it. So. And last but not least, probably one of my favorites, just because it's sort of weird and, the good psychedelic nonsense that goes along with it. Of course, we got, Jimmy Page really coming into the fold here, becomes the lead guitar player on this one. Love this back cover picture. It's just, look how friggin' cool those guys are. But this one has Little Games, Tinker Tailor Soldier Sailor, Glimpses, which is a weird instrumental psychedelic kind of thing, an area that they had never touched on before, and White Summer. So all you Zepp fans out there, if you're familiar with a lot of their live stuff, Jimmy Page usually played White Summer, and then he would play Black Mountainside right after it. So this is where that sort of originates from. So if you want to go back to your Zepp roots, here it is right here. Sunday's actually just reissued this, I believe, on mono. You can get it on CD as well. So you can pick it up pretty cheap from them if you don't want to shell out for the OG, the original Gangsters. So great album. I love it. Was in Arizona probably maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, and I stopped in a record store and I found the CD that's, I believe it's way out of print now, but it has it's called Little Game Sessions and More, which is just basically this album plus all of the unreleased stuff. Just phenomenal album. So I love it. Great album. Pick it up. Having a Rave Up, that's first, and then Little Game. So just get those two. You'll thank me. Just kind of tying up some loose ends. Yardbirds' greatest hits, which we have the singles, and also the good album tracks, basically. Shapes of Things, For Your Love, Over, Under, Sideways, Down, Happening 10 Times Ago, Heart Full of Soul, Smokestack Lightning. It's a good album. It's a hot album. You can feel how it's just burning to be played, basically. Found this one at a Goodwill. 2 smackers. Don Brozik. He kept it nice and clean for me before he donated it to the Goodwill. So it's a great album. It's reach handled, so it is what it is. So, but it's a great compilation of theirs. I would say probably the best. Their compilations are sort of all over the place. This one is the official one on Epic. But even nowadays, a lot of their stuff is sourced from a couple of different things. A good example is this, which is just a bootleg from their recordings from '64 to '66. Again, here's an awesome picture. Look at Jimmy Page there, just oozing cool. He's just like, man, he's so cool. But of course, Jimmy Page right there, and Jeff Beck right there. I think this is just one of the few promotional shots that they did when they were on the band. But this kind of ties up loose ends. It's sort of a greatest hits, pretty much up until Little Games, but it has a lot of stuff that they did when they recorded for like Ready Steady Go, things like that. So there's a lot of kind of weird tracks and stuff that they did on TV that are completely different than what the album sounded like. So definitely some cool stuff. So thanks for watching with me there. I'm glad the little Yardbirds kind of spotlight for you. So thanks for Jeff for the inspiration today, and thanks for everybody for clicking the subscribe button for me in the comments and all that good stuff. So we'll see you tomorrow. I need to go get some sleep, so take care.